Episode 43C, 2 of 2, Dogwood Alliance Postcards, in North Carolina, allege environmental racism by Drax, in alliance with President Biden. Mary noted, after learning of President Biden's focus on Drax's environmental racism of placing its PM 2.5 polluting wood pellet plants in disadvantaged communities in the U.S. South, that the Dogwood Alliance was a community organization behind many of the ideas brought up by President Biden. The materials that dogwoodalliance.org had on its website encouraged people to be part of the solution of the PM 2.5 pollution in their North Carolina community caused by the companies Enviva and Drax. The website said passing an anti-biomass resolution, ordinance or moratorium in your city or county will send a strong message to industry executives and policymakers that we stand united in demanding a clean and sustainable future. Dogwood Alliance organizing resources include a community toolkit. This toolkit provides a framework for passing an anti-biomass resolution or ordinance. Each community is unique and will require differing and creative strategies and approaches. Campus Organizing Guide Community Voices Rising Up with Richmond County. The people of Richmond County, North Carolina, are already suffering the impacts of environmental injustice from dirty industries. Now they are fighting back against an Enviva wood pellet plant that would be built in their community. Selling Out. Sampson County, a community in eastern North Carolina, opposes the construction of an Enviva wood pellet facility in their neighborhood. Injustice in Northampton. Residents living near Enviva's wood pellet facility in Garysburg, North Carolina, speak about the disruptive impact of the plant on their community. Resources include Organize Your Community Voices from Frontline Communities, Biomass Air Quality Fact Sheet. Mary thought the postcard project was something that anyone could do to help. Postcards from Polluted Places. North Carolina exports more wood pellets than any other state in the nation. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper claims to be a climate champion. He's passed several executive orders on climate change and environmental justice. Yet his administration keeps handing out taxpayer funding and greenlighting permits for the expansion of the wood pellet industry. The Impacted Communities Against Wood Pellets Coalition, ICAWPC, is leading the movement to oppose this dirty industry in North Carolina. We've sent thousands of postcards from polluted places to Governor Cooper urging him to halt the expansion of the wood pellet industry. Now the coalition wants to take the campaign global, and you can help. Send Governor Cooper a message to stop the wood pellet industry. Then you can download your free postcard, personalize it, and mail it to his office. Mary noted that wood pellet plant expansion targets the North Carolina environmental justice community. A logging truck enters the Enviva plant at Ahoskie, in Hertford County, North Carolina. The small town of Ahoskie sits on the edge of Hertford County, in the rural northeastern corner of North Carolina. The mostly black county is among a cluster of the poorest in the state and is part of the South's Black Belt, a region that before the Civil War was shaped by the plantation system and now by poverty, disparities in education, and poor health outcomes. Hertford has been ranked one of the state's unhealthiest counties, at 89th out of 100, with heart disease and cancer posing the greatest risks for residents. For the past 18 years, Ahoskie residents have faced another health challenge from the local operations of Enviva, the world's largest producer of industrial wood pellets. The process of manufacturing wood pellets, from cutting down trees to transporting logs to be dried, compressed into pellets, then shipped overseas, releases massive amounts of carbon dioxide, volatile organic compounds, and other air pollutants. The emissions have been linked to health problems including cancer, respiratory illness, birth defects, and organ damage. The North Carolina State Department of Environmental Quality is now considering whether to issue an air quality permit allowing Enviva to increase pellet production at its Ahoskie facility from 481,800 tons to 630,000 tons per year. Fighting the plan is a coalition called Impacted Communities Against Wood Pellets, ICAWP, that includes affected local residents as well as Dogwood Alliance, a Southern forest advocacy group based in Asheville, North Carolina. In its permit application, Enviva promises to upgrade equipment to cut dangerous air emissions by burning them. But the increased capacity would result in 47% greater greenhouse gas emissions from the plant, which is already emitting 163,000 tons of greenhouse gas emissions annually. Among North Carolina residents who testified against the permit request at an August hearing, one resident described how when she visited a friend who lives near the plant she woke up the next morning with a cough, burning eyes, and a runny nose. She doesn't think it's mere coincidence that companies like Enviva are operating in communities like hers. We're undervalued. The poor communities are always shafted, she said, and they, Enviva and Drax, don't care. Mary noted that wood burning emits more CO2 than coal burning. Mary calculated the CO2 emissions of natural gas burning are, at most, around half of the CO2 that coal emits. Mary also did a calculation from the chart from Families for Clean Air, which compared the weight of PM 2.5 emitted annually. The weights were 1/6 of a pound for natural gas, 27 pounds for a wood pellet stove, 97 pounds for a certified wood stove and 244 pounds for an uncertified wood stove. Also, the natural gas weights would not increase over time, but wood burning emissions might very well increase over time, as wood stoves aged or were not maintained under laboratory conditions. Given the weights from the Families for Clean Air chart, a wood pellet stove emits 16,200 times more PM 2.5 than a natural gas furnace. A certified wood stove emits 58,200 times more PM 2.5 than a natural gas furnace, and an uncertified wood stove emits 146,400 times more PM 2.5 than a natural gas furnace. Mary noted that the focus of residents against wood smoke emission particulates, ROSEP, is on the health effects to near neighbors of living next to residential wood burning, in those hyper-localized areas where the source of particulate pollution, PM 2.5, is concentrated. PM 2.5, particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, is the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, causing a cascade of human health problems. Wood smoke consists of 90% PM 2.5. Residential PM 2.5 monitors can be purchased by neighbors from Purple Air for less than $300, and their locations are put on the online Purple Air map, along with data uploaded every 10 minutes, available to the general public, and of course, to governmental authorities. Neighbors of residential wood burners would like their Purple Air PM 2.5 monitor data to be used to regulate and shut down residential wood burning detected at neighbors' fence lines that exceeds the World Health Organization, WHO, standards of 5 micrograms per meter cubed or future U.S. standards of 8 micrograms per meter cubed. There could even be court-ordered monitoring using a neighbor-owned Purple Air PM 2.5 monitor as a breathalyzer, similar to car breathalyzers court-ordered for repeat drunk drivers, to turn off the ignition of a neighboring indoor wood stove when levels of PM 2.5 in a near neighbor's yard is exceeded. In this way, governmental authorities would not have to check the make and model of an appliance and would not have to rely on unreliable certification and other worthless assurances of levels of wood stove particulate emissions by the company that manufactured the wood stove. Purple Air monitors also provide data every 10 minutes 24 hours a day, and data can be downloaded from the map by governmental authorities the day after the PM 2.5 levels are exceeded, during normal government working hours. Purple Air PM 2.5 monitors are so reliable and accurate they are put on U.S. Air Now smoke and fire maps alongside $100,000 Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, monitors, correlated to the EPA monitors with a simple mathematical formula. But to publicize this, it is necessary to point out that living hyper-localized next to a residential wood burner is essentially the same as living hyper-localized next to any kind of PM 2.5 emitting wood burning appliance, next to a PM 2.5 emitting wood burning wildfire or next to a PM 2.5 emitting industrial biomass wood burning facility.